if Kavan is playing well and he's doing some things that get Jokic that looks like it's a positive down the stretch, he may keep him in. But I wouldn't be surprised if Draymond finishes the game that way at center. And then we play out of it, however that's going to look, how we're going to guard Jokic, because obviously Draymond's not going to guard him straight up on the low block down there either.
Internally, are there regrets that you guys didn't add a big man at the deadline or through the buyout market now that you kind of know that you're not going to have Wiseman? Or were you guys ever close to adding another big man? And do you have any regrets about that?
Well, I will say this, and I think this goes for everybody that's listening. I mean, certainly Bob and our staff, in addition to Steve and his staff as well, met many, many hours about our roster throughout the year. And as we got closer to the trade deadline and even closer to the buyout market, we talked about that position specifically. Certainly up to the trading deadline, we were optimistic about James coming back.
Right.
When we got closer to the buyout market, obviously we knew kind of what was happening with James and what was going on there. I can say that in totality as a whole group, that yes, it's something that we talked about. We mentioned a few guys, we sent in rankings, we spent hours discussing our whole roster, not just even bigs. Do we need to add another guard? Do we need to add another small forward? Just based on injuries and where everything was at this point. And we just decided that continuity was important. I think Steve had a very strong conviction about where his group was and felt good about the roster they had going into the playoffs. And, a lot of times you have to really rely on where your coaches and what they think of where your team is at. They have the pulse of it, though we see it. We're not in the locker room and in every meeting and film session. And so when it came down to it, we just decided that. So I would say no regrets, but certainly I don't want the fans to think that we certainly thought about it. We knew that this would end up that we'd probably have to play 3 or 4 big guys to win an NBA championship. But we like our team the way it is, and we're just going to have to do it kind of differently and rebound as a group and be physical. And I think we'll be able to do all those things. And we have, and we'll just have to continue to do it in the series.
Yeah.